Hello again. This is Danny Jain for Tom Anderson Associates, and another episode of Ezekiel Millennial Temple Sabrina. The date is March the 26th, 2017 on Sunday. And today we talk a little bit about Charles Lindbergh as well, and considering in the Millennial Temple Sabrina, is God your portion? This is a question raised in the judgments of Jeremiah, saying that yes, God is our portion, and the beauty and terror of this possession of God. We will see this as displayed in the building that is coming about little by little, and there's a perspective view of Frank Wright's Millennial Temple. Well, the first edition was through the Tokyo Imperial Hotel. But I want to discuss a little bit about some things this guy say here. The Charles Lindbergh in his autobiography, Charles A. Lindbergh, Autobiography of Values. And there he is in the older man. He, of course, was the one first to fly non-stop from New York to Paris. And he did so as a very young man. And so he has some experience traveling around the world. And I wanted to share something here that I think we can see the importance of Sabrina in this, his somewhat analysis of his travels. And he say here, riding the wings of power, I realized the fragility of power exposed to the dynamic elements of time. How man is hypnotized by his surroundings. After I was back on the ground, driving my car in traffic, Broadway, Madison or Fifth, I felt surrounded by eternal permanence. The high brick walls, the massive steel of skyscrapers, the power of millions of men and women combined in economic organization that channeled the stream of human life through their doors. The very tempo of the hurried city drummed off my awareness of the sky. Okay, so this is very impressive, the civilizations. But the conclusion for this chapter is what makes human power erupt like a volcano? What destroys it? The civilizations of Rome, Greece, Egypt, China were all eruptions from a human core. All left memorials of stone, of a bursting and exhaustion. Colosseums, temples, pyramids, great walls, Vesuvius, Popocatépetl, Fujiyama. And nature's volcanoes and man's ruins alike show the catabolic tendency of power, the impermanence of magnitude. So you see, my friends, this is something that we have upon us, that we are here for a little while. And as we say, Sabrina is the building of intake, compression, combustion, exhaust, just like the human condition. And I need to read something also to you this morning. We will continue, by the way, on the walls around the Millennial Temple and some of the side chambers. We are starting with the massing model. But please to let me read something for you from this Christ versus Religion by the brother living Witness Lee. He's gone now. But something regarding to inoculate and have us survive beyond the mechanizations of civilization, which is always without exception to be collapsed. Intake, compression, combustion, exhaust. Okay, this is a history of civilization. And we will counter it. Okay, so let's read a little about the garment. Christ incarnate from his birth to his crucifixion. Oh, okay, thank you, Betty. I have 1 minute here. Christ incarnate from his birth to his crucifixion was the new death. Such a Christ is indeed wonderful, but not adequate. However, to cover us, such a piece of cloth is indeed new, but not yet suitable condition for us to wear. It requires some cutting, some sewing, some work to be wrought upon it. All this was accomplished upon the cross. On the cross, Christ was treated. He was crucified and he was buried. He was dealt with by man and even more so by God. After this, he was raised in resurrection. Now in resurrection, he is what? The new garment. The resurrected Christ is the new garment. Before his crucifixion, he was a piece of new cloth. But after his resurrection, he became a new garment for us to put on. So you see, Sabrina is this new garment for us to put on. Yes, in Ezekiel chapters 40 to 45, she's expressed as an idea. But this idea must then be transcended into us as our reality. And another point, we must continue for Sabrina, for her pavilions. And I just give you a peek. We have to spend so much time deciphering Sabrina from the outline specification, and we see here this pavilion, this designed in many sorrows of the man, Frank Wright, he paid a dear, dear price for this building, believe me. But these are the pavilions of this Millennial temple you can see in the garden courts around here. Just very primitive, set out in this model of massing. Okay, but you can see the renderings of the exposition to match the intent and proportions found in the Holy Scripture. We will incorporate these elements. There's the band shell there. We will duplicate and have one on this side and one on this side here, so to speak. So we have these pavilions that can be for something beyond. So we will continue next time and get you more detail. And so we all enter in to this new garment of Christ in Sabrina. And we discuss the corners of the wall and the beauty and the terror. Because God is beautiful, of course, but his holiness is his terror. And so what we can do to compensate for that architecturally, here's a picture of beauty and terror. Okay, you see the falling water, bare run, and the terror of that cantilever, but the beauty of the formatted realities and geometries within. And for us, the terror in Sabrina is the wall of God's holiness that's around. Just like the flat earth, the ice ring, okay? Okay, and then this is the secret entrance, like into the Guggenheim. How do we enter into this wall that is continuous and unbroken? So severe, so harsh. The line of the eternal death of the Jesus, we will discuss soon. And that is all for now. Danny Jain, Tom Anderson Associate. Goodbye.